Hey guys, welcome back to the Michigan Fisherman. I'm on vacation this week. I'm at Burt Lake in northern Michigan. I don't have my kayak with me, but what I do have is a kayak that my father-in-law let me borrow. It's a Pelican Rebel 100 XR Angler. And just a small amount of use I've gotten out of it so far, I've noticed some things I really like and some things I really don't like. So I figured I'd make a quick video on this kayak, showing some of the advantages and disadvantages of this kayak compared to the one I use on a daily basis. Alright guys, so the dimensions of this kayak are pretty similar to mine. It's about 10'6", I believe. I could look that up later. Feels like it's about 50 pounds. So yeah, let's get right into it. The handle on the front of this, I like it a lot more than the handle on the one I use every day. Better than the Lifetime Teton 100. The drain plug, this thing's odd because I go to latch it down and it doesn't want to latch down like it's supposed to. Alright, so I don't know if that's broken or what, but that's not really working like it should be. The logo on this thing, it's pretty nice. You know, it's not going to peel off or anything like that. It's actually bolted onto there. It has dry storage, but is it really dry storage? Not really. I mean, there's no bag in there. It's open all the way to the back of the kayak, so I mean, that's nice for some things. If you want to put like maybe some fishing rods in there, I'm sure they would fit down there. But as far as like putting some valuables like a wallet or something like that, I mean, you can't do it. You need some kind of bag or an insert for that. Nice feature, but they could have done a better job on that. I do like how it locks. It's very nice. It's got a spot right here where you could mount either a fishing rod or some kind of electronics, a fish finder. And it's nice that they have it there, but I will show you later when I'm paddling around this thing that it's kind of in an awkward spot, because if it's a fishing rod, you're not going to be able to really reach it. If it's a fish finder, it's going to be hard to hit the buttons and put in a waypoint. One thing I do like that this kayak has four spots just like this where you could clip on some type of gear or an anchor or whatever you want to put on it. It has 4 points right there. Or I'm sure you could use those 4 points to somehow hang this in a garage. It might actually work like that. I don't know about the balance, but you might be able to even use those to hang this in a garage. Right here it has 3 spots to put your feet. Actually 4. It has 4. You could, I guess if you're part of the Lollipop Guild, you could use that one. You'd have to be extremely short. But I actually don't like this system at all. I prefer the way my kayak is way more than this, because when I have my foot on this peg up here, this one back here, the, you know, as I said, the Lollipop Guild one, it digs into my calf and it's not comfortable at all. If you want to like kind of, you know, relax your knees, your calf is rubbing into this the entire time. It's pressing into it really hard. I'm a pretty thin guy. I'm not heavy at all. So I can only imagine how much more uncomfortable that would be if you were heavier and you had that much more weight pressing down into that. It has a Scotty rail, which is nice. It's actually a nicer rail than mine. But the one thing I don't like about this is the rail is so far forward that if you're going to put a rod holder in that, it's going to be really hard to reach your rod holder. It'd be good, really good for a fish finder in that spot, but for rod holders, that would be absolutely terrible. All right, the seat. I found the seat pretty comfortable. I do enjoy the seat in mine a little bit more. This one doesn't really snap in. It kind of just moves around a little bit. It's held down in 2 different spots. It's got a clip here you can hold it down, and then it can be held down by that clip or that snap in the back. Like I said, it's pretty comfortable, but mine is much more comfortable because in mine, this is about as far back as this thing reclines right here. It does not go any further than what you see right here, because this is sewn in. I don't know if you can see that. This is sewn in right here, okay? So this doesn't, it's not going to go any further back than what it is there. Whereas in mine, I mean, I can have the thing laid almost all the way back to, I'd say like a, you know, like a 150-degree angle. Whereas this is more of a 90. So mine is absolutely more comfortable than this. The handles, they're just okay. I mean, they're not great. They're not terrible. They're okay. The rod holders are very similar to the one I have on mine, and I'm sure I would not enjoy them just as much as I don't enjoy them on mine. Although they appear to be slightly more angled back. So actually I probably would prefer these over mine, because I believe mine would be more like, you know, your rod would be more at an angle like this, and I would always hit these with my paddle when I am paddling. In the back you have a nice bungee system, looks pretty good. I don't have my crate or anything to try it out with, but I mean, it looks really good. This handle on the back is far superior to mine, okay? I love this handle. If you're dragging your kayak through the woods or something like that, this is way better than what I have on mine. Mine is like this little handle that can twist all over the place. The kayak can go all over. This is securely mounted in 2 spots. I love it. All right, it has 6 scupper holes. It has 2 in the front here, 2 under the seat. I always cover those or plug those if I can. I usually just put a plastic bag over them. And it's got 2 in the rear. These are smaller. Let me see if I can show you. These are much smaller in diameter than mine are. They look similar from the top, but once you go further down in there, they're very, very narrow. Probably about the size of a Sharpie pen. Now the one thing I don't like about these scupper holes, it's not really a knock on the company. I'm sure they work out for many people, but for the way I put my fish finder and the transducer through the middle of the kayak, these would not work for what I have. One thing I've noticed that is far superior on the Lifetime Teton Angler is the paddling. Paddling on this thing, I feel like I'm putting a ton of effort into, and no matter how much effort I'm putting in, I'm not going very fast at all. I don't have my fish finder with me, so I can't track my speed. But it just feels like I'm not going very fast for all the effort I'm putting in. And then when I do stop, well, right now I got the waves kind of going with me, but when I do stop, this thing just turns all over the place. Like, look at me, I stop and I'm just, look how much I'm turning right into the shore. Whereas on the Lifetime Teton, if I stop paddling, the kayak will pretty much still keep going in a straight line, which is what I want. I'll try it one more time, see what happens. And I'll even paddle with the left one here. So I'll stop and see what happens. See, look how much I'm turning. Look at this, I'm going in a circle towards the middle of the lake. That would never happen with my Lifetime. So when it comes down to paddling and comfortability, when it comes to paddling, the Lifetime Teton Angler wins hands down. It's not even close. Another thing that I love about my Lifetime Teton is I don't have anything like this, okay? These are very uncomfortable when I try to relax my legs and just put my legs to the side. That digging into my calf is not comfortable at all. The only way I'm very comfortable on this thing is if I, squeeze my legs inward like this, which I don't want to do. That's not that comfortable. Or if I put the legs on the side, and that's pretty comfortable too. I can't go like this and put them one more up, because then it's interfering with my paddling, because the paddle's hitting my knees unless I paddle awkwardly. But yeah, not very comfortable. Now, I didn't bring my rod holder or anything that I could mount on this rail here, but I'm looking at this rail and I'm thinking that is way too far out. It needs to be closer. I think mine comes out, on my kayak, it comes out to about this on the Lifetime. So like if I'm gonna reach for a rod and a rod holder up here, I'm gonna be reaching extremely far. Then I still have to pull the rod out, and I'm already reaching as far as I can. I just don't see how that would, how that rail system would work very well on this kayak. Also, this accessory mount up here, say you had a rod holder up there. How are you going to get the rod holder out of this? How? I mean, I'd have to get up off the seat, and I could barely get it. I mean, it's not usable. I mean, I guess you could put a fish finder there, but if you put a fish finder there, I could barely reach the buttons to, mark a waypoint or change the settings. The one thing I will say is that this kayak, it's easier to stand up on. Now, it's still pretty difficult. I mean, a very small kayak like this, they're not truly made to stand up on, but it's definitely, I definitely feel more safe doing it on this kayak than I do my own. It's not too terrible. Let me see if I can stand up here. Oh, there goes my paddle. And that reminds me of another thing, okay? So there, my paddle started going there, right? This kayak that I'm using right now doesn't have a place to store your paddle. Like, no, it doesn't have a bungee cord or anything like that. So yeah, like I was saying, this kayak, you can stand up on it. It's not too bad. Oh, let's see. And it feels a little unstable, but more stable than my Lifetime for sure. I still, even though it's more stable than mine, it's not stable enough where I'd want to be fishing on this at all. This would only benefit me where I wanted to really stretch my legs for a few minutes. But that's about it. I mean, it still doesn't feel very comfortable to stand on or to get back into your seat for that matter. As you can see, I'm struggling here. Now, it was free for me this week to use this kayak. My father-in-law, it's his kayak, he let me use it. And as a free kayak, I mean, I really appreciate him letting me use it. It's awesome. I got a lot of good exercise this week being able to use this kayak. However, using this kayak makes me appreciate mine more than I thought I did already. I already knew mine was a pretty good kayak, but I never had anything to compare it with side by side. And this, although it's, like I said, it works. It makes me appreciate my kayak so much more. The Lifetime Teton 100 Angler. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And as always, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. That way you know when I put out other videos. So yeah, I didn't really expect to be doing a review video today. I was just getting a little bit of exercise in. And once I got out here, I figured, heck, why not? Let's do a quick review. So I hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, guys, tight lines.